It is not a Friday, but a Thursday, and President Adama Barrow has pressed the sack button all the same. And this time, it is Ibrahim Mbalo, the Interior Minister, who is the ill-fated. This is News Review. My name is Lamin Jai. Also coming up, President Adama Barrow has also sacked Secretary General and Head of the Civil Service, Ibrahim Kamara. We have reports on this, but first what we will do is we will look at the papers. And I am joined by Fatou Cisse. She will be doing a review of the newspapers. From there, we will bring you some of the stories we have. Fatou, welcome. What do we have on the papers today?
Thank you, Lamin. With me, I have the Standard and the Point, and I will start with the Standard headlines. WAEC results twice better than last year. Madi Cisse says bad political advisors sinking Barrow. Gambian pilgrims return this week. PIU deployed to ease Nyamina Sambang rice field dispute. 150 new presidential guards leave for Senegal training. The top stories read, WAEC results twice better than last year. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Basic Secondary Education, Ibrahim Sisao, has revealed that the West African Senior Secondary School Certificate Examinations, WAEC results are relatively very good this year. Speaking at a press briefing yesterday, Permanent Secretary Sisao further disclosed that the overall results almost doubled that of last year in terms of success, adding that the number of candidates qualifying for university entrance also doubled over last year's figures. The Permanent Secretary revealed that 2,797 candidates scored 5 credits or more this year, representing 21% compared to 2,121, 15% in 2018. He said of this figure, 1,341 are female. Also, an overall increase across the regions have been observed in 2019 compared to 2018. Some 1,123 candidates are from Region 1, while 1,396 are from Region 2, he said. He added that there is a marked improvement for both English and mathematics, with 1,401 candidates scoring credits in English, while 2,548 candidates have credit in mathematics. Only 9.8% of candidates failed completely, 0 passed in 2019 compared to 14.9% in 2018. Also, Madi Cisse says bad political advisors sinking Barrow. Madi Cisse, the UDP National Assembly member who was recently accused by presidential advisor Siaka Jatta of uttering treasonable language, has hit back saying it is the likes of Siaka Jatta who are misleading the Gambian leader. I will personally hold the likes of Siaka Jatta, who called himself a political advisor to President Barrow, responsible for all the mess Gambians are going through. Probably due to the wrong political advice he offers to the president, he said in a write-up shared with the Standard. Gambian pilgrims return this week. Gambian Hajj pilgrims have started arriving back home after completing the 2019 Hajj program in Saudi Arabia. Hajj officials confirmed that the first flight from Jeddah, chartered by GIA, landed in the early hours of this morning. A total of 1,700 Gambian pilgrims performed the Hajj this year, packaged by about half a dozen tour operators. According to the officials, the rest of the pilgrims will arrive on Friday and Saturday. Senior officials of the GIA and Orbit Travel told the Standard that this year's Hajj was successful with no major challenges encountered. Meanwhile, the death has been announced in Gunjur of one Amadou Bajo, a Gambian who passed away while on Hajj in Saudi Arabia. PIU deployed to ease Nyamina Sambang rice field dispute. Paramilitary officers from the Gambia Police Force has been deployed and stationed at Nyamina Sambang rice fields in the Central River region to keep peace between the people of Nyamina Sambang Mandinka Kunda and Nyamina Sambang Fulakunda. The PIU intervention came after reported clashes between the two communities left scores of people injured as they fight over the ownership of the rice fields. The genesis of the crisis arose from a judgment by the group tribunal or district tribunal delivered on the 18th March 2018. 150 presidential guards leave for Senegal training. The Chief of Defense Staff, Lieutenant General Masane Kinte, yesterday bade farewell to the second batch of new presidential guards, comprising 150 personnel, including 9 females, who were leaving for Dakar, Senegal to undergo 3 months of training. The contingent, which includes 115 soldiers and 35 members of the Police Intervention Unit, is led by Major Ousmane Ba. The Presidential Guard is an elite unit that is being formed charged with providing security to the President and the State House. The unit consists mostly of soldiers, but also police and intelligence officers. The headline on point reads, Ex-Interior Minister ordered attack on April 10 victims. Tourism registers remarkable inroads to economic growth. NHRC chair reminds CSOs of their critical mandate. Ex-Interior Minister ordered attack on April 10 victims. Asan Suare, a victim of April 10, 2000 student demonstration who testified through Skype before the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission, yesterday disclosed that the former Minister of the Interior, Usman Baji, ordered paramilitaries to attack peaceful demonstration at Gambia Technical Training School, GTTI, Institute rather. He said he joined about 500 students who demonstrated for justice to be served to Ibrahim Barry, who was tortured, and a young girl who was raped by the security officers. Tourism registers remarkable inroads to economic growth. During the review period of 2018, the tourism and culture sector registered remarkable inroads in its quest to enhance the sector's contributions to economic growth and creation of employment opportunities, according to the draft annual progress report, which was recently validated by stakeholders at the Senegambia Hotel. Notable achievements include tourism arrivals in 2018 surpassed the annual growth target of 21.3% as envisaged in the National Development Plan, reaching 350,000 tourists by the year 2021. Only arrival by year, while international tourist arrivals grew 6% worldwide in 2018, Africa recorded a growth of 7% and Sub-Saharan Africa 6%. NHRC chair reminds CSOs of their critical mandate. The chairman of National Human Rights Commission, Emmanuel Diouf, has affirmed that CSOs have a critical role to play in the promotion, protection, and advancement of human rights all over the world by virtue of their closeness to communities and women groups, much especially marginalized communities. They can contribute a lot in sensitizing the public on their human rights, monitor and report on very sensitive information about rights violation, and therefore be an important partner with NHRC. He said on Tuesday at a 3-day training for civil society organization on human rights. The training came in partnership with United Nations Peace Building, United Nations Human Rights Office of the High Commission, and United Nations Development Program. That's all we have for you on the newspapers. Over to you, Lamin.
Thank you, Faru, for a very good review of the papers there. Thank you.
Thank you.
So, President Adama Barrow on Thursday removed Ibrahim Barrow as the Minister of the Interior. A press release from the Office of the President said Mr. Barrow has been relieved of his cabinet appointment with effect from August 22nd and has now appeared to have found a new direction in the Foreign Service. Fatou Cisse has been going through the records there, and she compiled this report.
He was first appointed into the role in January 2018 following the removal of Habib Sehu Drame. But Mr. Barrow's first real test as Interior Minister came in June 2018 following this incident in the town of Faraba, Banta. Villages were protesting against mining operations, but the police officers used live ammunition on protesters. 2 were killed instantly, while a third died 2 days later. Pressure mounted on the government, and Barrow was summoned by the National Assembly. He spoke to journalists after that summit.
Everyone is dissociating himself from this. Who is responsible?
Look, listen, what I can tell you is I took an oath of office. I will never lie to any journalist. What is in me and what I know is what I will say. And that's what I'm telling you.
Can you tell us the outcome of today's meeting? What happened at the meeting?
The outcome of today's meeting is to ensure, to come together and make sure that things are put in control and look at the way forward.
Specifically, what actions do you intend to take?
Well, independent investigation have to be done. The police are doing a preliminary investigation, but in as much as the police are the culprits, right, there need to be an independent commission.
Mbalo's job became increasingly difficult this year as Gambians have threatened to take to the streets in December to force President Adama Barrow to step down in line with the coalition agreement. Mbalo responded to the threats at a meeting in Brikama in June this year.
Nil after protest or demonstration, police be pamito nyininkala nanta lonna mune akina ebe demonstration okela ilafta kela mintole wati jellom fo police ol fana yela contingency plan ke ibe tefango tankala nyame amanke ko police ol la dia dronnom ibe bolalema pour ye kan hani ide be kuma fola wo protest dulal asike no modo fana beje amala fi te kamen fo fituno yena wala kina awaji be yata police ol e taraje adum metan la jela wodu wante falen ni munna bankol mbele ta mu gambiyete kana som banku dol be nyame ngana banko sambe wanya sanji muanni fula mbebe baluri jang nga jemembe ke mo mandiyam alhamdulillah gambianol al telefon le banko fali ale democracy nat sa lafta o democracy abiwil we are not going to tolerate loi wala be keri nga moy fananko ikafo nga rayot banol nati nga amo tankasol nati nsa fale ko Gambia mansola amo tankla nga wata kanon le nati wata kanono nimme ya lonko ye kulumbal ya kuoke mboji kando le fayle kan amanken na solo te pour ka tilimbali ya ke molla bari fanan kanyon kana nyo tilimbali ya diamu wato le sitambe diamu lale kana som moldo leta ibe molla ibal force la alle kuke me ya lonko aman wajibiya molbe diaspora ibe dulal beto Gambia 20 years 3 years jodna whatsoever what the constitution said is 5 years. Let's stick by the constitution. You can't just come and tell us 3 years jodna 3 years jodna. Go on, we are waiting.
His comments in Brikama that he will pour hot water on Gambians has angered a lot of people. Mr. Hot Water has since been a name that many Gambians referred to him by. Mbalo's sacking on Thursday has been described in some quarters as long overdue. Fatu Cisse reporting for the Fatu Network News Review. He was first appointed in
the sacking of Interior Minister Ibrahim Mbalo there. Meanwhile, Mr. Mbalo has been replaced by former Inspector General of Police Yankuba Sonko as Minister of Interior. In another development, the State House on Thursday announced the appointment of retired Major Sheikh Omar Faye as the Minister of Defense with effect from August 22nd up until his appointment as the Minister of Defense. Mr. Faye was Gambia's Consul General in Saudi Arabia. Also, the presidency has also today announced the removal of Ibrahim O. Kamara as the Secretary General and head of the civil service, and he was redeployed to the foreign service. Mohammed B.S. Jallo, formerly the permanent secretary at the office of the president, has been named as his replacement there. So those are the small or minor, if you like, cabinet reshuffle there effected by President Adama Barrow. So now I have in the studio Killa Ace. You all know Killa Ace, the rapper activist who was arrested last week alongside a dozen other Gambian youth on suspicion of taking part or being behind the protest, the mass protest last month. Mr. East, thank you very much for coming to our studios today.
Thank you so much for having me here.
So you were arrested together with a number of young Gambian
Yes.
youths at the Serekunda market. Tell us, what really happened? What exactly happened?
Well, to be honest, that's still, something that everybody wants to really wonder. And it was a normal operation carried out by the notorious anti-crime unit. And according to what I understand is that the operation was for them to come and identify and arrest those who have participated in the July 24th protest. And when they came to Serekunda Market, they had 3 pickup trucks. And they barricaded the junction with their pickup trucks and had armed men with their AK-47s, like we saw in your videos, have control the streets. And if you pass by the street, or if you identify it, or if you suspect it, you're just thrown inside of the pickup truck. For my scenario, I work at Serekunda Market. I have a business. I'm a young entrepreneur. I sell smartphones and things like that. So holla at me if you need a smartphone. So I was going back to my shop, coming from one of my partner shops, because we have like 2 shops in Serekunda. So as I was going up, that's when passing by the pickup, that's when they told me to get on inside the pickup truck. So I asked a simple question like, why? But then the officers were very aggressive, and I just jumped onto the pickup truck, where I was arrested, cuffed hand by hand with other people who were there, and we were all handcuffed in twos and pairs, So basically, anybody that was identified or was suspected, was just put into the pickup truck. And it was more than like 40 of us in that operation who were arrested. Some people were taken out from their shops and arrested. People like Omar Jabi, the brother of the late Usman Dabo, may his soul rest in peace, and many other people were taken from their shops. Me, I was just going back to my shop and was arrested at Serekunda Market.
So when you were arrested, at what time again did this happen?
This happened in the afternoon around 3 o'clock to be precise. I remember because I made a call around that time. So it was around 3 o'clock to 4. But we were arrested around 3, but we were there for more than 1 hour underneath that hot sun inside of the pickup trucks. There were 3 pickup trucks, and we were all squashed up into those pickup trucks under the hot sun, embarrassed and humiliated as people were passing by and the traffic was going by, and we were in the sun for like more than 1 hour before they later took us to anti-crime unit camp.
So you were taken to anti-crime first?
First, yes.
But we also later understand that you were taken to other police stations, Talindim police station, Keraba.
Yes. At first, when we were all arrested, everybody that they gathered from the Serekunda Market was taken to anti-crime unit. And mind you, when they were arresting us, they did not tell us why we were being arrested. It was just an order for someone to get arrested, and you were arrested. But when we went to anti-crime unit camp, that's when Keba Job, one of the anti-crime unit officers, the one who was seen with the gun, he's had a black vest on in the protest. He told us and notified us that you were being arrested in relations to the protest that happened, in which Gorgin Boob's house was burned down and many other damages were done. And more than 40 of us was rounded up. So out of that 40, they divided it into 3. One group was left at anti-crime unit.
So it was 40 people?
It was, yeah, up to 40 people.
40 people. Okay.
So one group was left at anti-crime unit. The other group, and the remaining group, was taken to Talinding police station, where we were taken to this investigative panel, where we were also arranged to write our statements and things like that. And after Talinding police station, that same group was also divided into another 2. And one group was taken to Bundung police station for detention, and the other group, which I was part of, was taken to Traffic Lights police station, Kairoba station, for detention.
Yes.
So that's basically how the detention and the distribution process was handled by the anti-crime unit.
But it is your arrest that garnered the greater interest, the greater attention. At some point, Killer Ace was at Banjul police station.
Yes. Yes, when I was from Talinding to Kairoba station, I was in Kairoba station. It was like 6 of us. I was there with like 1 Sierra Leonean, 1 Senegalese, and 4 Gambians, including myself. And inside of the station, all of us were there. We were locked up in a cell, and anti-crime unit officers gave the police officers at the respective stations the message that we should be incommunicado, no communication or nothing, and we should be locked in the cells. And that's exactly what they did, and they carried out by those orders, and we were locked up in the cell in Kairoba station, which is like 1 meter by something, and it was like 6 of us had to sleep there. So we woke up the following day, and around 4 o'clock, That's when the anti-crime unit came with 2 pickup trucks. One pickup truck was with armed men, AK-47s, and the other pickup truck was the plainclothes officers. And they came to Caraba Station and told the officers to open the door for me to come out and go with them. And I was like, where am I going? And why am I the only one who was selected out of all of the people here? And they just gave a strict order, and I was arrested, handcuffed, and then taken to Banjul headquarters, where they also gave the same orders for me to not have any communication, etc., etc.
And you ended up spending more than 72 hours
no, it
in
wasn't
detention.
40, no, it was 48.
48 hours.
A little bit over 48 hours.
A little bit over 48 hours. And we also saw your lawyer came to see
Yes.
you, and then he, addressed the media,
Yes.
saying that the police made it very difficult for even him to see you.
I mean,
talk
even,
less of people.
Even my own dad, Alhaji Ibu Cham, who is the president of the United Gambians Association in America, who has been selected and nominated as honorable counsel, you know, who is very influential in society. He was even denied access to his own son, which is me, you know, on 2 separate occasions, both at Caraba respectively and at Banjul respectively, not to mention like my lawyer, you know. So
now let's come to this. What is your beef with the police, specifically anti-crime? Because this is not the first time Killer Ace has been, you know, seen to be having or running with the police. What is really the problem here?
Yeah. Now, I just want to ask the police, what's their beef with me? I had never had any beef with the police. I only had beef with the bad police who are using their power and authority to.
Are they really bad?
I said with the bad police. In every society, in every organization or everywhere, you have the bad elements, and there are many bad elements. And you have bad elements as leaders, as Gorgui Mbub is a bad person. He was named in the April 10/11. I personally know many people who he has personally tortured. I was locked up in the anti-crime unit with more than 70 people. I've seen what the young people that were detained had to go through. Some were arrested for more than 4 or 5 days. Some had to wake up and be farmers and work at the field at the anti-crime unit. Some had no access to their families or loved ones for days. Some were beaten on a daily basis. So seeing that automatically justifies that there are many bad people in uniform who treat their Gambian brothers and sisters like they're animals instead of showing them compassion, love, and protecting them as they are mandated to do.
And so this campaign that you are part of, this campaign against what you call police brutality, would you pin it on this? The fact that the police, as you said, you are claiming that the police go about beating people.
They do.
It's
a fact.
Yes, so you pin it on that. The fact that there is police going around beating people, so you call it police brutality.
Well, it's not just police brutality that we advocate against. As a victim of police brutality, it is one of the things that we highlight. But respect for the rule of law is basically, in a nutshell, the most important thing. Because if you're an officer or working in any department, if you respect the rule of law, you realize the procedures that are needed for arrest. You realize how to treat a particular person under detention. And all of these things, which is a human right of a person from the day he was born. You understand? But if there's no respect for human law, of rule of law, and people do whatever they like, including people who are supposed to protect the law, then at the end of the day, it's just going to be a repeat of history, which we've been through over the last 22 years, which is officers come and see Lamin Jai, arrest him for no reason, no explanation, take him to many police stations, in and out, no explanation, deny him from his constitutional rights, deny him from his own dad. You know, those are things that we were facing in the past. And after fighting the hard struggle, I don't want to come back and live through that same situation. I don't want my daughter or my son to grow up in that same environment, as that is not what we all fought for as Gambians. And we would do anything to defend it, and using our music, our organization, our influence to always denounce it. And that's the problem that they have. They want me to be quiet. They don't want me to address on behalf of 1.8 million people, informing the youth so that they can know how to do their thing. That's what the problem with me and them is. They all know me. Everybody from the Ministry of Interior, from IGP Job to all of them, they all know what the situation is, but it's a political problem in which they want the people to be silenced, and they feel like if they silence a very influential person, that's going to help them remain in power. And these people, Gorgui Mbub, IGP, Interior Minister, thank God he got sacked. Lulu Mom, I'm so happy about that. You know what I'm saying? All of these people are being used to please one particular person to stay in power, and that's not what we fought for.
But what your arrest has also done is that it has divided opinion. There are a lot of people out there who, you know, began this campaign of Free Killer Ace. A lot of people who said that the police shouldn't have arrested you. But there are a lot of other people who said Killer Ace should be arrested. Killer Ace de Farrell. Killer Ace is the only person. You have a lot of artists in the Gambia, but all the time you have an incident, you see Killer Ace.
Yeah, you have thousands of Gambian artists.
Is that the case? Is that the case? The fact that some people think that you are rude towards the police.
No, you have to understand, right? First of all, there's thousands of Gambian artists, but there's no Killer Ace. There's only one Killer Ace, and I choose to be me, irrespective of other artists and how they are. You feel what I'm saying? As far as those calling me arrogant and calling me rude, they don't know me personally, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Those are all just things that people say, which is not going to get back to me. If people knew me in person, they know, like, when I was at the border at Karang, during the impasse, helping more than 2,000 Gambians survive during that hard time, you know, I wasn't that real person. You feel what I'm saying? So public opinion is not something that I should follow as a musician, as an activist, because the same people that call you real today might be the same people that touch you for you and call you hero. And the same people that call you hero today might be the same people that call you real tomorrow. So I don't get caught up in the mission. I just understand that that's my responsibility to do what they do. And if I protesting for my constitutional right is the main reason why I'm rude, then I'm gonna remain rude. I'm not gonna be somebody who's gonna be arrested without a warrant card and be yaru and just let that happen. Yes, I'm gonna be real and ask you, where's your warrant card? So that's the difference. So if that's the society where we live in, where, you know, your right and trying to fight for your rights comes up to being equated to arrogance, rude, yabate, booger buzz, yakamti attention, when like none of those exist. Like, so they hype on BBC, Al Jazeera. I've been that, done that. Namuma interview, namuma journalist, namuma hype. So when they use that card, it doesn't work. Parce que comme yalla defna alhamdulillah. Like, so let me Google 12 pages Killer Ace. So namatumako. So it's not something that I would do something for. I have a wife, I have 3 kids, and another one that I'm expecting. So I don't think that I would be in a position where I would just go out and create problem. I just choose to be different and refuse to be those that are quiet about situations that affect me. You know? But
well, clearly there are others too who think that your campaign, you could have done it better. I mean, the police are here to serve us. That's what some people, a lot of people would say. And what you also have to understand is that in other, you know, saner democracies, for example, the police are given the utmost support in the execution of their duties. And you will go to these countries and realize that the police, even if a police officer has the slightest threat to his or her life, they shoot people dead and nothing will happen. But then, if you come to our country, for example, you will see police officers being attacked in the due execution of their duties.
Example? Show me an example where a police officer was attacked.
For example, just recently, 2 police officers were stabbed at Serekunda West Park, football park. Did you know
I saw that on the headlines.
So yeah, allegedly,
allegedly.
Right. But that happened. So where do you put that? How do you reconcile that?
Okay. First of all, I'm not in the support of any violence, whether it's towards a fellow human being, nonetheless, an officer or whoever. You understand what I'm saying? But what you're explaining is the respect for each other as society. That's what we do. Every day when I'm driving from morning to night, every checkpoint I stop to, it's the police officers that be like, okay, and I pull out suma lundaw luma jota am jox len am mungi ni. Understand nga, it's the same officers ñu nga xamante ñom nga tassé wa ñu la nakala ana reer bi. Ngeen len mungi ni. Understand nga, it's the same people that after they take off their uniforms, they come to Talinding Forokono or Bakau and come live with us again. So at the end of the day, it's not a problem between us and them, but it's the problem between how they do things towards us and the way that they carry out their mandates. And if you look at the society today, most of the officers follow orders. You understand what I'm saying? And those orders, they have to obey, just like the TRRC. You understand what I'm saying? So when you do something on behalf of somebody else as an order, and then you carry it out in a way that you're not supposed to do because you want promotion or rank, then at the end of the day, you're going to have a TRRC again. So it's not that we don't respect police. We partner with police in many occasions. We've tried to dialogue them. We've tried to talk to them. Even the IGP, Mahmoud Job, so we're heading into Magyaram, talk name, yata yon, that text WhatsApp, then we do this and do this and that. But you have to understand that what they apply in practical is not what they actually say. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not the problem with us not wanting to dialogue or wanting to, you know, respect them. We respect them on a regular basis. Every time I stop, they ask me for my warrant card or checkpoint or whatever. I show it. My license, I show it. That's the only respect I can do, is allow you to do your job, but I cannot allow you to abuse your job on me. That's the difference.
Where does your case stand?
Which one?
Your case. Yeah, we understand.
I got two cases
out
now, right?
on bail.
I got two cases. I got the ongoing one with anti-crime when they beat me to hell.
Yes,
I got this new one.
I'm talking about the latest one. Where does it stand?
Yeah, there's no case as of now because it's not in court. It's all allegations. We've been charged at the police station with willful damage to property, which is, in connection and relation to Gorgin Boop's house. Basically meaning that I was one of those who, participated or, one way or another in burning down his house. That's where we stand. And we're going to report, almost every other day. I report at Tallinding Police Station. Today we were called up, to go to anti-crime unit, right, for an identification panel, where all of us were lined up, and the police officers who were at the protest or whatever came and pointed out everyone that was there and say, yes, I recognize Laminda, he was there. I recognize Fatu Kamara, yes, he was there. I recognize Lamdo Bundosi, he was there. I recognize Kiles, yes, he was there. And pointing out those that they say that were at the protest. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what we did today. And after that, they told us we go report again. So with the police, it's the same old kangaroo system like Yaya Jammeh. You have your bail, you go report. If they want, they can arrest you any minute. So they might arrest me any minute because I'm on police bail. I'm not on court bail. So that's the situation, and that's where we stand right now.
But I spoke with one of your assistants when you were at Tallinding Police Station, and what he told me over the phone was that the police treated you with a lot of care. And he even went as the officer, the SO there, went as far as assuring them that you people were in safe hands.
Yeah, I never said the police tortured me or beat me down in this case. I was denied some of my rights, like seeing some of my people. But you have to understand, everywhere you go, you have the good ones and you have the bad ones. Like, I'm not going to say names because I don't want those good ones to lose their job. But when we came to each police station, they were given orders not to let us have any communication, etc. But there were some good ones who would allow us to call and talk to our parents and go to the shop for us and get us some food and things like that. Whilst there were some who would like, no calls, no nothing. Hey, we stay inside of the cell. It's an order from the anti-crime. So we were never beaten. You feel what I'm saying? We were never like tortured or anything, even though we were held in conditions which is not conducive to any human being. Environment where it was nothing but mosquitoes, it was stinking, it was hot, roaches, you know what I'm saying? That's not an environment where anybody would be. But to be honest, we were not tortured or anything like that, so that's the fact.
I understand you did a song, I Am a Victim.
And go God,
what is this song about?
Yeah, I'm a victim of rape, torture, brutality. Health-wise, I'm internally dying gradually. I am a victim of the corrupt judicial system. They seized my rights and then threw me in a prison. I'm a victim, suma dream, homeland jealousies. Jaima dole, foolish law, suma case scheme. I am a victim of systematic abuse. How we gonna reconcile when we don't even know the truth? So basically the song is...
What are you trying to put across?
Yeah, I'm putting across myself in the eyes of a victim who was raped, a victim who is a victim of police brutality, of arbitrary arrest, a victim of land seizure or whatever. So I was putting myself in the eyes of different victims and narrating my story through their eyes.
What we are gonna do, sorry to cut you there, what we're gonna do, we're gonna play a little bit of that song and then continue, pick it up from there. Do we have that song now?
I'm a victim. That's the hottest song out right now, you know what I'm saying? Check it out.
I'm a victim, neglected by the system. I'm a victim, rejected by the system. I'm a victim. I'm a victim, neglected by the system. I'm a victim, rejected by the system. I'm a victim. Then my digondu madala. I'm a victim, guaranteed non-reoccurrent. I'm a victim, neglected by the system. I'm a victim, rejected by the system. I'm a victim. Then my digondu madala. I'm a victim, guaranteed non-reoccurrent. I'm a victim. It's supposed to be a transitional justice, but in this transition, I still can't see no justice. Still feeling hopeless deep down. I'm so disgusted. 2 years gone, nothing has been discovered. I was promised truth, but witnesses are disappearing. Despite my trauma, I don't see no sense of caring. Though I smile deep down, it really hurts. They promise to put victims and their dignity first. They don't seem to recognize my violations. They tell me it's a process whilst I'm dying waiting. I see former perpetrators being reinstated. Truth seeking is hard when the truth is being played with. Justice denied every day is delaying. If you a victim, then you know what I'm saying. I was a victim of systematic abuse. How we gonna reconcile when we don't even know the truth? I'm a victim, neglected by the system. I'm a victim, rejected by the system. I'm a victim. Then Madigondu Madala, I'm a victim. Guaranteed non-reoccurrent, I'm a victim. Neglected by the system, I'm a victim. Rejected by the system, I'm a victim. Then Madigondu Madala, I'm a victim. Guaranteed non-reoccurrent, I'm a victim of rape, torture, brutality.
So that's the song there, I'm a Victim Killer. So tell us, what are you, or like I was asking you what you were trying to put across in this song.
Yeah, I believe this song represents, you know, the plight of all the victims in different respective categories through the Jammeh era, you know. And it was a song that is part of the ICTJ project, which is the International Center for Transitional Justice project that they had. And I was selected to be one of the artists to be part of that project. And this is the song that I presented, you know.
Yeah. So when was this again? When was this song?
This song was released a few months ago, around April.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
So Killer, tell us about your life as a musician. I see you have been busy with activism, but you are also a musician.
Yeah.
How is your life like as a musician?
I think I'm better than ever. I dropped 4 songs. I dropped Go Gotta Go, which is the diss against Gold Gimboob and the anti-crime. I dropped the song Reggae, you know what I'm saying?
But before you get to the other songs, the one that you drafted on Gold Gimboob,
yeah.
I heard you insulted him in that song.
No. He said on QTV, Hamga, listen, Munema Ali Cham, the one the killer is Munema poop. And that's a fact. Everybody, you know, goes to the toilet, every human being. But I didn't say poop. I said Gorgin boop, yade boop, akso torture team. Safara bi yako tal, you're gonna enjoy the steam. Gorgin boop, yade boop, like
boop, as in boop, yeah.
Akso torture team. Safara bi yako tal, you're gonna enjoy the steam.
So you didn't insult him?
I didn't insult him. I didn't say anything poop. Understand why?
But I'm not sure you will say that.
No, come on. It doesn't even make sense. Gorgin boop, yade poop, akso torture. It doesn't even make sense in a sense. It's like, understand that. I don't make music.
So let's go back to your music life now.
Yeah, so I dropped 4 songs, I believe almost 4 singles to 5 within this 1 year already. I was part of the West Africa Democracy Movement album, which they selected 6 different countries and different rappers and artists to join this one album, a regional album to speak on human rights and protection of citizens and stuff like that. And you had artists, you got artists from Mali, Togo, Benin, Nigeria, Senegal, me and our Bling representing Gambia, and that's a very major project right there. And apart from that, you know, it's the same old Killer Ace, man. You know, I drop a few videos, you can see that out there. I'm currently working on my album, you know, which is gonna drop on December 14th, and the album is called 20. I'm going to be celebrating 20 years of my celebration in my life as an artist and 20 years in the game. And on top of that, like, I realized that within the 1 year period, I've had so many great achievements internationally on major platforms, even though the media don't show it. I've been on the World Democracy Movement a platform where I performed in front of more than 400 delegates. You know what I'm saying? I was part of the UPEC, where I performed with different African countries and artists such as Ismail Alo. I was blessed to be on the same stage with Ismail Alo, live on Dozes TV, and you know, many artists from across the globe. I participated in that, and I was also part of the West Africa Hip Hop Cypher, selected amongst all of the rappers across the region to represent my country, and I had one of the best verses on that, and that's respected amongst many things. And on top of that, we also had the Cypher Hip Hop Open Mic platform, and we just had our festival just not so long ago in June, and it was an international festival, and it was a free event where we invited the general population and celebrated the Cypher platform, which gave a lot of opportunities to a lot of Gambians, you know, and that's one of the greater achievements, you know. And on top of that, like, I'm just doing what I gotta do as an artist and just making music on the regular, you know, different interviews, BBC, I'm everywhere. So I believe that I'm doing a lot, you know, when it comes to music, even though they don't show it. You know what I'm saying, and try to make it seem like you ain't doing nothing when you probably doing more than any artist out here. You know what I'm saying, and that's the way it is when, you know what I'm saying, you're targeted.
So finally, financially, how rewarding it is for you as a musician?
Yeah, like alhamdulillah, I never relied on music like for survival. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a hustler. Choy anti-crime with my job as a black market law one. You know what I'm saying? I make more money from the stuff that I do, entrepreneurial business. You feel what I'm saying? Than anything else, because all my music, all my videos it came from that. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm more of a hustler. As far as music is concerned, I could say that over the last 2-year period, I've made more than $250,000, like easy. You feel what I'm saying? Through various stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying this because that's the fact. You feel what I'm saying? So financially, alhamdulillah, I'm taking care of my family. I'm having bookings. You know what I'm saying? I'm traveling. You feel what I'm saying? Benefiting, you know, sleeping at 5-star hotels. You feel what I'm saying? So I am benefiting, and I realize that even though I'm not rich, you know what I'm saying? But alhamdulillah, I have enough to take care of my family, and, you know, they're not begging nobody for nothing.
Killer East, thank you very much for speaking to us there.
Bye, Ken Moment. Thanks so much, man.
Thank you.
That's
Killer is there, speaking to us there. So with that, we will come to the end of today's show. We thank you for being there. We'll be back next week. My name is Lamin Jai. Until then.